Are you ready to take your business to the next level but feel stuck and overwhelmed with all the strategies and tactics out there? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Streamline to Scale podcast, where we help online business owners just like you go from 6 to 7 figures with ease. I'm Erin, and after years of working with companies to achieve sustainable growth, I've learned that the key to success lies in simplicity. That's why I'm sharing all the secrets to scaling your business without giving up countless hours or dollars. So let's get started on this exciting journey together. Tune in to the Streamline to Scale podcast, where we're turning business dreams into reality. Welcome back to the Streamline to Scale podcast. I'm Erin, CEO of Premier Virtual Operations, and today we're going to talk about a topic that I love. You'll hear me talk about it quite often in the online space, and that is the one hire you need on your virtual team. We're not only going to talk about this position, but also what this position can do for you and the qualities to look for when you hire for this position. So there's one place that people fail to hire in the online space. I see this position overlooked so often. Probably about 80% of the time when a team comes on, they do not have this position filled in their business. It is the executive assistant position. Now, people will have different versions of this. People will call it a personal assistant, a general assistant. It can have a wide variety of titles, but what it comes down to is it's that person who is your right hand and the person that helps you survive in the day-to-day, right? So why is it important for you to have this executive assistant? Entrepreneurs do not realize how much time they lose on tiny tasks. We gradually leak time out all through our day. When a new business comes to me, the very first thing we do is we sit down and time track. If you've been following me anytime at all, you know that I'm a big proponent of time tracking. I have the new businesses and their teams, business owners and team time track. Once they have time tracked, we categorize the tasks they do in the day-to-day, and we look at where the inefficiencies are in their business throughout their day, and we streamline those. We figure out who we need to hire, what kind of systems we need to implement. All of that comes from that time tracking. 90% of the time, what we see are small little tasks that are slowly leaking out their time. Time is like a bucket with holes, and it can leak super easy if you're not careful. Not only can you lose time doing small tasks, but you can also lose time starting on small tasks and going down a rabbit trail of other tasks. Anybody with me there? That's always me. I will start out, for me, it's project management tool. I'll jump into project management tool to make a board or to make a task. The next thing you know, I have a full-on workspace rebuilt and I'm in automations. Now, you might not be like that with project management tool because I'm a dork and geek out on those things, but it may be something else for you. Maybe it's you go to post a social post and the next thing you know, you're scrolling the feed, you've lost 3 hours. All of those tiny tasks can really be handled by your executive assistant instead. Executive assistants look a little bit different in the virtual world versus the corporate world. We hear that a lot when we're talking about a lawyer, upper business management, things like that. But in the virtual world, what can you expect a virtual assistant or an executive assistant to do for you? So on my team, my executive assistant is Shirley. If you've been in my world at all, you have probably met Shirley. She does a wide variety of tasks for me. She saves me in the day-to-day nonstop. She is 100% my right hand. So what are some things that these executive assistants can do for us? First, they can manage the movement of things in our business. So in the day-to-day life of business, we have 1,000 tiny pieces moving around. Maybe you need to send an email. Maybe you need to find a graphic designer. Maybe you need to follow up with a client. You need to move a file here. You need to rename something over there. There's so many tiny tasks in the day-to-day that my executive assistant manages for me instead of me doing it. So them managing the movement of the things in your business really frees up your time. So you don't have to think about it, right? If I need a file sent to Susie down the road, I can send Shirley a quick Slack message. She sends the file off. It keeps me from going in, finding the file, sending the email, dealing with a follow-up, making sure it got there. She handles my clients and my business and the tasks moving around with such efficiency and speed. I don't even have to think about it. The next thing that they can do for us is manage our day. So every morning I wake up and I have a sheet from Shirley that tells me what's on my agenda for the day and the important things that I need to remember or look at for the day. So for me, that's a lifesaver because yes, I have my calendar on my phone. Yes, I have my project management tool. Yes, I have my to-do list. But to have one place in front of me with all the information I need throughout my day is just a game changer. Not only will she tell me what's on my agenda, but also if I have a meeting with someone, then I know all their social sites in advance. I know where I've met the person in advance. She really keeps me up to date and fully informed on anything I have throughout the day. That frees up my mind. I don't have to worry about, am I going to miss something throughout the day? Am I forgetting something? Now we're at the point where I say, please don't let me forget this. And I know it's handled. I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to waste brain space worrying about tiny items that I'm going to forget. The next thing that these assistants can cover is all our pesky admin tasks, right? So that's things like managing your calendar, managing your email, managing your back end of your file, your online file system. All of those things your executive assistant can handle so you don't have to. So in my world, even the project management tool is largely handled by my executive assistant. We have a meeting each week. We dole out tasks. I dish out tasks to the team. My executive assistant goes and puts the task in our project management tool. She handles my email. If an email comes to our team email, you will encounter her before you encounter me. She will make sure I follow up on what I need to follow up on in the email. I respond to anything that needs responding to, any calendar links that need to be sent somewhere, appointments, meetings that need to be set up outside of our regular parameter where they come through our booking link. She handles all of those things. The next thing it can really do is they can be a catch-all for other things that you need on your team, right? So, for example, there's times when she takes over for some graphic design work that needs done. There's time when she does engagement for me. She does research for me. There's so many tasks that she handles for me in the day-to-day that keeps me from being pulled off onto somewhere I don't need to be. That really, really, really is such a time saver in my business. Now, the important thing, what type of qualities do you want to look for when you look for this person on your team? There's a couple boxes you for sure want to check off when you're hiring this person. First is their timeliness. It's super important that this person shows up on time and responds to things with timeliness because you do not want emails from your client sitting there. You don't want them forgetting about tasks that need done by a certain date. You need to make sure that they're thorough and that everything is completed in a timely manner. Next is their attention to detail. This position, it's very important to have very good attention to detail because if they're managing your project management tool, they're overlooking your emails, booking calendar appointments, all of those things require great attention to detail. Attention to detail is super important for this type of position. Also, organization. How organized are they? Can they keep your back end of your files organized, your emails, all those things? You want to look for someone who has great organizational skills so your business just doesn't end up being a crazy hot mess. And the last thing is, are they friendly? It's super important for your executive assistant to be friendly because a lot of times they are your mouthpiece. Whenever we deal with client concerns, things like that, they often encounter my assistant before they encounter me. She knows how to handle my clients. She knows how to troubleshoot and to do it in a friendly, professional manner. Also, when you are bringing in outside contractors, dealing with other members of the team, things like that, your executive assistant will need to be involved a lot in that day-to-day communication back and forth with just various people. So friendliness, good communication skills are key for this position. So the last thing to note is that you need to hire for this position full-time if possible. Now, in the online space, for whatever reason, we hire people as Band-Aid type fixes. We hire 5-hour people here, 10-hour people there, and that works okay for some positions. This position you want to hire full-time, if at all possible, so they are dedicated to your business. There's a couple of reasons for that. First, you want this person to grow with you and stay with you because they are going to be your right hand. They're going to be involved in the nitty-gritty details of your business. This is not a person you want to have to keep retraining because really, like for example, with us, my assistant's been with me almost 2 years now. in that 2 years' time, she can talk like me. She can answer questions how she knows I would answer questions. She understands now what's important and what needs to be let go and doesn't need to be brought to my attention ASAP. There's just little nuances of this position that you really want someone who's going to stick with you long term. The easiest way to make sure someone sticks with you long term is to give them a full-time position. So you are not competing with other business owners for that person's time. Now, when I say full-time, I mean the full time of their availability. So if they're content working 20 hours a week, that gets your work handled, that's fine. And they don't want to pull any other clients, but you need to be their primary main client if at all possible. Another reason you want them to be full time with you is because when you need them throughout the day, they need to be there. Now, my assistant is from the Philippines. So she does not work 8 hours on my time. She works from 8 to noon my time, 8 a.m. to 12 noon my time, which is 8 p.m. to midnight her time. That works for her. That works for me. She will pick up the rest of her time during her daytime whenever she has a free minute here or there. And that works out really well for us because I get work completed as I sleep. And I also get work completed in the morning when she's on with me. We're on meetings several times throughout the day. So it's important that she has overlap with me. That being said, I never expect her to work past noon, even though sometimes I have to say, please go to bed. So you want them to be available to you when you need them. You don't want to be waiting 48 hours on something for this position. That works in other positions. If you're doing marketing things you can be well in advance, things that can be handled in advance and then them catch up on later, that's fine. But this type of position, you really want someone who's available to you day in, day out, every day at a very specific time period. So you know exactly what to expect. They know what to expect. They can cover client things for you. You don't want delays in those types of things. And you also want to take care of this person. You want to build a team culture with this person and with all your people. You want to build team culture where people want to stick around. They want to stay. They want to be part of your team long term. So the one hire you need in your virtual team, it's your executive assistant. They can handle all the small things for you. You need to look for someone who has timeliness, thoroughness, attention to detail, crazy mad organization skills, and they're super friendly. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. If you need help with any of your team issues, if you need help finding your perfect executive assistant, please reach out to us. We're always more than happy to help. We love to chat, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to the Streamline to Scale podcast. We hope you gained valuable insights on scaling and streamlining your business. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Remember, growing your online business can be easy. By focusing on developing lean, effective teams, creating simple systems, and implementing smart business practices, you can take your business to the next level. And if you're ready to take action and start growing your business today, head over to our website at premiervirtualoperations.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you reach your business goals. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of Streamline to Scale.